Hello, good day. How are you today? You're good, right? Okay, so are you ready for today's lesson? You are, that is good. So today in agricultural science, we are going to be learning about weed. Okay, our topic for today in agricultural science, it's on weed. We are prepared for today's lesson, right? So what do we mean by weed? Weeds are plants that grow in unwanted locations and compete with cultivated crops for resources such as nutrients, sunlight, and water. They can pose a significant challenge to agriculture as they can reduce crop yields and quality. Okay? So weeds are unwanted plants that grow in fields and gardens, making it difficult for the plants we want to grow, like crops, to thrive. They can cause problems for farmers and gardeners because they compete with the good plants for things like water, nutrients, sunlight. Okay? We understood that, right? Good. So weeds are like those plants in your garden or farm that you didn't plant on purpose. They grow where you don't want them to grow and can cause problem because they take resources like water, nutrients from your crops that you want to grow. So weeds are unwanted plants that need to be managed or removed from where you want your other crops to grow. Okay? So we are going to be looking at some common weeds. Now we know the meaning of weed. We are going to be looking at some common weeds. Okay? Good. One of the common weeds we have dandelion, known for its yellow flowers and distinctive toothed leaves. So this is the dandelion. Okay? Dandelions are easy to spot because they are bright yellow. They are bright yellow flowers. Okay? The dandelion leaves are jagged and they can be mistaken for lion's teeth, which is why they got their name dandelion. Okay? You can find dandelions almost everywhere, from the lawns to sidewalks. They like open and sunny spaces. The dandelions are more than just weeds. Some people eat dandelion leaves, which can be used in salads, and the flowers can be used to make dandelion teas. Another type of common weeds we have is the crabgrass, a grassy weed that invades lawns and agricultural fields. This is called the crabgrass, okay? It's called the crabgrass. The crabgrass often shows up in lawns. It has thin, light green blades and grows close to the ground like a low-lying carpet. You will find the crabgrass in open areas, especially in lawns and gardens. It likes sunny spots, okay? Crabgrass can be a problem for gardeners because it's really good at taking over lawns. It grows fast, especially in warm weather, and it can quickly cover the ground, making it hard for the grass you want to grow. Okay? To keep crabgrass in check, gardeners often use techniques like mowing the lawn regularly or using special weed killing products. Okay? Another type of common weed we have broadleaf plantain, recognized by its broad, oval-shaped leaves. Broadleaf plantain is a common weed you might see in lawns or fields. It has broad, oval-shaped leaves that grow close to the ground. The broadleaf plantain is easily recognized because they are wider and flatter than most grass leaves. You can find the broadleaf plantain in many different places, from gardens to sidewalks. It's a tough little plant that can grow in various conditions. The broadleaf plantain might not be as fast spreading as some weeds, but it can still take over lawns and crowd out grasses if left unchecked. To manage the broadleaf plantain, gardeners may use techniques like pulling it by the hand, using their hand to pull it, or using special weed killers. So another type of common weeds we have common purslane, succulent with small yellow flowers. Common purslane is a low spreading weed with succulent leaves. It often has small yellow flowers. The leaves are thick and smooth, and they can look a bit like thin green pancakes. This weed likes sunny open areas and can be found in gardens, lawns, and even in sidewalks. Common purslane is also good at taking over open spaces. It can crowd out other plants and make it hard for them to grow. To control the common purslane, gardeners might pull it by hand or use weed-killing products. Okay? We have the wild oats. Grassweed can reduce cereal crop yields. Wild oats is a type of weed that's related to regular oats, but it's not what farmers want to grow. It looks like grass with long, slender leaves. Okay? These weeds tend to show up in fields where crops like wheat are grown. Wild oats can be a real problem for farmers because they grow alongside the crops they want to harvest. They can reduce the yield and quality of the grains. So farmers use strategies like crop rotation and herbicides to control wild oats and prevent them from harming their crops. Another common weed we have pigweed, annual broadleaf weed found in many crops. Pigweed is a tall weed with broad leaves and a bushy appearance. It can grow quite large, sometimes reaching heights of several feet. The leaves of pigweed are broad and can vary in shape, often with reddish tints on the stems. You can find pigweed in gardens, fields, and disturbed areas like the roadsides. Pigweed can compete with crops for resources like sunlight, water, and nutrients. Its fast growth and seed production can make it a headache for farmers and gardeners. So gardeners and farmers use various methods to manage pigweed, including hand pulling, cultivation, and herbicides. Okay? So these are common weeds, okay? Dandelion, crabgrass, broadleaf plantain, common purslane, wild oats, pigweed. So all these are common weeds, okay? Now we're going to be looking at the characteristics of weed, okay? Characteristics of weed. One of the characteristics we have, they grow quickly, often faster than the crops. So they grow faster and overtake the crops. Another characteristic we have, weeds produce many seeds, which helps them spread. Weeds can make a lot of seeds that help them spread easily. Weeds can survive in different conditions. Weeds can grow anywhere, even in tough conditions. They can grow anywhere. Some weeds can resist herbicides, that's weed killers. Some weeds become resistant to things that try to stop them, like the weed killers. Another characteristic of weed is they might release chemicals that hurt nearby plants. They might release chemicals that can harm other plants. Weeds can take over new areas and push out other plants. Weeds are good at moving into new areas and taking over. Weeds can be different types: annuals, biennials, perennials. Weeds can live for 1 year, 2 years, or many years. So these are the characteristics of weed. Okay? We now know the characteristics of weed, right? We talked about the meaning of weed, the common weeds we have. We mentioned the common weeds we have, and we have also talked about the characteristics of weed, right? Good. So we understood today's lesson on weed, the meaning of weed, common weeds, and characteristics of weed, right? That's good. So we are going to be moving over to our assignment. And I'm sure we are going to be able to do our assignment, right? Because it's easy, right? Good.